Abjuration is the school focused on protection, negation, and defense. Its main purpose is to prevent bad things from happening, whether by creating magical barriers, nullifying enemy spells, or removing threats from existence entirely. An abjurer doesn't solve the problem after it happens. They prevent the problem from existing in the first place. They are the magical equivalent of someone who saves the game every 3 steps because they don't trust their luck. One of the best examples is the spell counters, which allows you to completely cancel another caster's spell at the moment they are casting it. The enemy can spend minutes preparing a devastating spell, gathering enough power to destroy the entire party, and you simply raise your hand and decide no, the spell fails, their effort was meaningless, and their turn becomes an emotionally negative experience. It's the magical equivalent of unplugging someone's computer while they're working, but fully within the system. Other important spells include Shield, which creates an invisible barrier that drastically increases your defense and turns a lethal hit into a pathetic scratch. Dispel Magic, which removes active magical effects like deleting unwanted files from the universe. And Banishment, which removes a creature from the current plane and sends it away, basically telling it to go think about what it did. The classes that most commonly use Abjuration are Wizard, Cleric, Paladin, and Artificer, especially characters who understand that the universe is a hostile place and do not intend to die because of a calculation error. The type of player who chooses Abjuration is not trying to look impressive. They are trying to survive. They don't trust the enemy. They don't trust the DM. They don't trust the dice. And honestly, they don't even trust their own party. They don't win by being stronger. They win by being impossible to kill. The magical equivalent of playing a blue deck in Magic Nation is the school focused on obtaining knowledge. It allows you to detect magic, locate creatures, observe distant events, and even predict the future. While other schools focus on direct power, divination removes uncertainty, which is one of the greatest sources of danger in D&D. A diviner is not powerful because they deal damage. They are powerful because they never enter a situation without knowing exactly what is happening. For example, Detect Magic allows you to instantly identify whether something contains magical energy. This prevents you from touching cursed objects, using dangerous items, or falling into magical traps. While the rest of the party sees a chest, you see an active criminal investigation. More advanced spells like Foresight allow you to predict events before they happen, granting advantage on almost everything and making you extremely difficult to hit. You don't react to danger. You already knew it was going to happen. It's like playing after reading the entire script. Classes such as Wizard, Cleric, Bard, and Druid use divination frequently, especially characters focused on strategy and survival. The type of player who chooses divination does not believe in coincidence. They check everything, scan everything, and treat every room like it's waiting to ruin their life. They are basically a paranoid entity. Enchantment, the school of mind, manipulates the minds of other creatures. This includes altering emotions, influencing decisions, and completely controlling actions. Instead of defeating the enemy physically, the enchanter alters their mind until they stop being a threat. Charm Person makes the target see you as a friend. This means someone who wanted to kill you 5 seconds ago is now willing to talk and possibly commit minor crimes on your behalf. It's forced friendship, but technically effective. Dominate Person goes further, allowing direct control of the target's actions. You literally take control of another person's body and use them as a tool. It's mental invasion with strategic benefits. Classes like Wizard, Bard, Warlock, and Sorcerer use enchantment, especially characters who prefer manipulation. Instead of direct combat, the type of player who chooses enchantment doesn't win battles. They win people. They turn enemies into allies, guards into accomplices, and bosses into resources. They don't solve the problem. They redefine who the problem is. Evocation to school, lightning, and explosions. It is the most simple and honest form of magic. You convert magical power into immediate damage. Fireball is the classic example, creating a massive explosion that destroys everything in the area. It is efficient, devastating, and completely indifferent to the emotional or physical safety of your party. It is the universal solution to anything that is breathing or structurally questionable. Wizard and Sorcerer are the primary users of Evocation. The player who chooses Evocation doesn't want to negotiate, manipulate, or predict. They want to eliminate the threat immediately. Illusion, the school of functional illusion, manipulates perception instead of physical reality. The illusionist creates false images, sounds, and experiences that feel real enough to completely deceive the target. Invisibility makes the caster invisible, allowing movement without detection. You still exist, but other people's brains simply fail to process your presence. You become a rendering error. Phantasmal Killer creates a manifestation of the target's worst fears, causing real psychological damage. You don't kill the body directly. You convince the mind to give up. First, Wizard, Bard, and Warlock commonly use illusion. The player who chooses illusion doesn't fight directly. They manipulate perception until the enemy destroys themselves through mistakes, fear, or confusion. Conjuration, the school of ignoring dniw conjuration, allows you to summon creatures, create objects, and teleport. It ignores distance, ignores space, and ignores the need for physical effort. Misty Step allows instant teleportation, making escape trivial. You don't run from danger, you simply stop being there. Summon Elemental allows you to call a powerful creature to fight alongside you. You add more participants to the battlefield without needing consent. Wizard, Druid, and Warlock commonly use Conjuration. The player who chooses Conjuration rarely depends only on themselves. They constantly add new variables to the battlefield until the mass stops favoring the enemy and starts mentally breaking the DM with infinite. NPC Management, Necromancy manipulates life energy, allowing you to drain life, create Undead, and restore life. Animate Dead allows you to turn corpses into obedient servants. You build an army using resources no one else wants. Vampiric Touch allows you to drain life from an enemy and transfer it to yourself. It is a direct transfer of existence. Wizard, Cleric, and Warlock commonly use Necromancy. The player who chooses Necromancy probably listens to a lot of rock music and skeleton memes, and treats tombs like unboxing videos. Transmutation alters the physical properties of creatures and objects. It allows you to change forms, modify physical capabilities, and ignore natural limitations. Polymorph allows you to transform a creature into something completely different, replacing its capabilities. A deadly enemy can instantly become something harmless. Fly allows you to completely ignore gravity, removing one of the most fundamental limitations of physical existence. Wizard, Druid, and Sorcerer commonly use Transmutation. The player who chooses Transmutation does not accept limitations. They solve problems by turning them into something weaker or turning themselves